Hey kids, welcome to this Cool Tool Tuesday video. I'm Phil Shinbine. This week we're going to have a look at this pattern making vise, also known as a guitar maker or Luthiers Vise. This thing is fantastic, cast iron, really solid. The handiest thing about it is that the two jaws swivel 360, right? So you can actually take things that are weird shapes, this wedge, for example. As you can see, because they rotate 360, you can put weird shaped stuff in here. We're gonna run around the shop and find all kinds of crazy stuff, but you know, whatever. It also works quite well as a spreader by just turning them out this way. You can spread just about anything out until it breaks. For years, probably centuries, this is a fairly low-tech unit here, but guitar makers and luthiers being those who make violins and cellos and violas and whatnot, have used this particular style of vise to hold the neck solid while they do, like a guitar maker would be doing fret dressings maybe, or you know, they just plane down the neck, get all that stuff nice and solid. The handy thing about the swivel in that application is that the necks are usually tapered slightly, right? So if you put it in just a regular bench vise or whatever, you would actually damage the neck, right? These feet, hands, whatever, the jaws on this particular unit do have some rubber padding on there, so they are a little bit less likely to crush things, but you can still damage stuff if you overclamp it, like most vices. One of the handy things about this unit is these bolts on the top. If you have your piece in here, right, and you've got it clamped down nice and solid, right, you take a 21mm spanner and you can actually lock this off, right, get it nice and tight, and this will not shift or move in any way. And when you do loosen this off, if you're doing a bunch of production work, right, you're doing a bunch of guitars in and out constantly, and you don't need this to move, it doesn't move, right? You can loosen it off and tighten it back up again. Very useful anywhere really where you're doing production work. Mounting this particular unit above your bench is very easy. It literally just has a post on the bottom and it just plunks through a dog hole. And there is a bit at the bottom that you tighten up and you're good to go. So the handy thing about it being through a dog hole is that it facilitates the ability to rotate itself around the bench, right? That same bolt goes all the way through the whole unit, so it can rotate 360 around the base. And if you did have these locked off, like I did earlier, you can rotate it without adjusting these at all. In a nutshell, if you are not a luthier or guitar maker and you're just a mere mortal like the rest of us, I'm sure you could find a whole bunch of uses or applications, if you want to be fancy, for this particular pattern making vise. With the functionality of the swivels at the top, the pushing and pulling, the fact that it rotates around the base, there's a myriad even, of applications for this particularly cool tool. This one might go home and live next to my parrot vise. So there you have it. This particular unit is fantastic. If you're new here, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Hit the links in the doobly-doo. Come to www.timbecon.com.au for everything you need to know to get woodworking. I'm Phil Shinbine, and I will see you when I see you.